Well, I'm not currently recording on my mic right now because it is still kind of messed up, but I am hoping to have this new one by the time this video gets out. But, hi! It's been a while since I posted one of these episodes, so welcome back to Haven's Corner, the official podcast. Yeah, you read the title right. My appendix perforated, or ruptured, whatever you want to call it, back in 2022. Which is kind of crazy to think about because that felt like so long ago. That was actually the birth of my channel, and I got sick a couple months after the fact. So I'm going to kind of be going over that in the video. It's very unscripted, so I'm going to be saying a lot of ums and uhs and trying to put my thoughts together on this. I will be leaving timestamps in the description. And if you want to listen to a certain part of the story or you're just not comfortable, unfortunately the story is going to get a little bit deep, not too deep though. I made sure to just, keep the crazy bits out. Just keep in mind when you're listening to this video that it does contain mentions of hospitals, tubes, lots of needles, just anything medical related. If you are not comfortable with that, I would suggest clicking away now and going and watching any of my other videos. I will leave another video probably at the end of this one or in the card. So if you want to do something else for the time being and not listen to this insanity that happened, be my guest. And I hope to see you guys next week. So, like I said, just putting it out there. So, for those of you who were around at the beginning of this channel, I'm just gonna go into a brief thing. I think it was almost 3 years ago. I don't know. Everything's just like a blur for me right now. So, I know I had mentioned I had gotten super sick in one of the art dumps that I posted. If you went back far enough, I think it was the third video that I put on this channel. But that was back when I had a really weird schedule, but I had put that I was really sick. I didn't really go into much detail about it, but you can definitely find that video on my channel still. The art is ancient, though, I will warn you. I just wanted to kind of make this video as just kind of like, okay, I've seen other people share their experiences about appendicitis. This is technically kind of inspired by Ice Cream Sandwich because it's funny. I watched his video, I think not after the fact, but before the fact. And I was just like, okay, that's interesting. And then it happened to me. So here's kind of the before. Like I said, there's timestamps for before, during, and after. So if you want the nitty-gritty details during, I don't care. So basically, I don't remember when the symptoms necessarily started, but I had my first week of work. I was nervous as all get out. And this was like for my summer job and stuff back when I was turning 16. It was the first week of June, and it was my first day. I was kind of nervous, kind of had a couple of panic attacks because, back then I wasn't very open and stuff. I don't know how to explain it, but I basically started not feeling good the first day of work, and I was just like, okay, I need to get through this because I have another day. So that went slow, but I met some pretty nice people. They were great. Love them. Hope they're doing well. I didn't go back the second day because I was still feeling out of it, and then that day was a Tuesday. Then Wednesday rolled around, still wasn't feeling it. Thursday is when things kind of went downhill. Let's just say I threw up quite a bit that day. And, we just thought it was a stomach bug. It was just my dad and I at the time. And everyone else was out helping family members. So we were just kind of, hanging out, doing whatever. So we, us thinking it was just a stomach bug, we just thought, okay, you know what, this will pass in a few days. Let's just say it kept going for an entire week. And to say the least, my symptoms got worse. I was not able to move without feeling like I was going to pass out or I was in pain. I was bloated. It was not a comfortable experience. Just the normal things you'd feel, right? So it was after the fact that we were like, okay, we need to go to the emergency room because something is not right. I'm not keeping anything down. No fluids are helping at this point. So we're just like, okay, let's go to the emergency room. So you get there, I'm nervous, the first time. And then I'm just like, nerves seem to calm down a little bit. They put an IV in my arm. They had to poke it a couple times because they're like, oh, we can't get this. Well, I think they started in my wrist because I asked them, they're like, oh, can you put it in my wrist? And that didn't work. So they're like, oh, we'll just put it in your forearm. So I had it in my left forearm, I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly. So, they're like, okay, just do the stuff you need to do. So did this stuff. We waited. They took me back for my first CT scan ever. That was an interesting experience. I had never had a CT scan before. So you cannot... The thoughts going through my head at that time was just like, okay, what's this like? To say the least, it was really loud, and now I'm not deathly afraid of CT scans, but I definitely do not like them. But overall, it went fine. I was brought back, and we waited a little bit. My mom was on the phone with my dad, just worried, as I'm thankful for that. The doctor came back and was like, hey, we looked at the, scans, and it turns out you do have appendicitis in your appendix. Let's put it this way. He said it popped like a pimple, but I think the term is technically perforated or ruptured. I'm not sure. It was something like that. And it had created abscesses in my not chest cavity, oh my word, my stomach cavity and into my back. So that was a problem. And they're like, we're going to have to put tubes in you and all that fun stuff. So looking forward to that first night. It was fine. I finally got to eat something because I think I was able to keep something down. They did shoot fluids into me, so that's why. To say the least, that was kind of the first night. So now we're just getting into the during portion of all this. So first day rolls around. I slept okay the first night. I was tossing and turning thinking, oh wait, so I kept dreaming that they came in and was like, hey, it's time to go. And I would just be ready to go, and I'd wake up and I'd just be like, oh, well, this is great. The first day, it was kind of slow, wasn't allowed to eat anything. Mind you, I hadn't eaten anything or hadn't been able to keep anything down for a week, so it was just like, okay, I'm really hungry. The first thing I had ever eaten was the Cheez-Its that they gave me some apple juice as well. Staff was really nice. I was put into the pediatrician ward. Honestly, probably the best decision. I was absolutely terrified, but I think the plus for the first day was the fact I did end up getting visitors in the afternoon. But I mostly played. I watched on my phone. I played. They had this Xbox in the room, so I got to play a little bit of Minecraft while I was doing that. So time rolls around for surgery. I have a talk with another guest that came in, and I was rolled in. To say the least, I was extremely nervous too because there's also a storm going outside, and for anyone who knows this, I absolutely hate thunderstorms. I've had not necessarily PTSD. It's just I've always been scared of storms as a kid, and it's just heightened after something happened. But other than that, I was I was worried. So the anesthesiologist, guys, I'm gonna have a field day trying to get through this video. Okay, just bear with me here. We get through, we talk about it, and they're like, okay, this is what's going to happen, you're just going to feel a little burning in your arm, you're going to start saying things. I look over at my dad, and I'm like, I'm so sorry for anything that I say when I'm under this thing, because I've seen the videos. Y'all, you cannot tell me that I'm, absolutely terrified that I'm going to say something. And, they put the thing in me, they roll me back, next thing I know, I'm being put on a table, and then I'm out. To say the least, yeah, there was a burning in my arm. It did not feel comfortable. It was not lovely. And I was out for who knows how long that surgery was. I think it started at 6. Sorry, I thought I heard rain. Anyways. Everything went well. I woke up with a tube in me. I was obviously panicked. It was bright. I had no clue where I was. So when I woke up again, I was back in the room that I was staying in. And they're just like, okay, we're going to move you out of this room in the morning, get you a bigger room so your dad has a place to sleep. Bless his heart. I love him so much. And And, my friend was there. Everyone else was. Anybody who else came to visit, they had to leave because guest time was over. Obviously, I could tell people were worried, and it was worrying me even more. So, second night was rough. I did not sleep very well. I had a hard time getting around just to, do what I needed to do. My night nurse, I loved her so much. It was great. She made the experience a lot more comfortable for me, and I'm just so grateful to have met her. She was a big blessing. So, you know, second or third day, rolls around, and we'll just call it the second day because, um, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm probably on like morphine or Tylenol or something, just dulling the pain. When you get off that though, when you're in the hospital, you come back home, you start taking it again for headaches. Oh boy, do you feel it. But, it was just kind of a chill second day. My friend came to visit. We just kind of, sat around. We talked. We watched movies. Like I said, I can't remember much of what happened that day. My mom called. My few more friends showed up, kind of hung out and stuff. And everything just, it's just chill second day. Third day rolls around. I think I went in for another CT scan. Oh, I should say I was finally able to eat solid food again, after the fact. But I think I had another CT scan the third day, and they're like, okay, we need to see where else we need to put the tube. So, I go in for the CT scan. And they're like, okay, we gotta put a tube in your back because there are still more abscesses back there. So I don't think it was necessarily the evening. It was like the afternoon, early morning hours. I can't remember. The fourth day, they brought me in and they're like, okay, we're gonna do one more CT scan on you. I don't remember. I'm telling you. It was like the third day or whatever. They're like, okay, third, fourth. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like I said, very unscripted mess. I don't remember half of this. So, they brought me in for my second CT scan. They put me under. And thankfully, I'm so glad that they did that because it was so loud. I was rolled in for surgery. I was a little bit better. To say the least, I don't think the patient that was in the room recovering from the anesthesia with me was too happy that the nurses poked them up. But that was a pretty interesting experience. But other than that, I was doing good after that because I woke up, I was just like loopy. Didn't say much, but I was like talking with my friend, so it was nice. Our teacher came to say hi. She brought me a sketchbook, so I got to sketch while I was there. I think it was I know my family finally came back to visit after all that. It was towards the end of the week though, so I think it was the 5th. Was I in the hospital for more than a week? I don't remember. I had gotten out a couple days before my birthday, so I think it was like the 7th day. I'm skipping through some of this stuff. It was one of the days, it was closer towards the end, that I had gotten my first tube removed because they're like, okay, we can probably take that out now. The amount of relief I had when that happened, but it hurt so bad. I was just like crying because, that's just the emotional reaction to pain. And, did that. I was starting to feel better. I could actually move around better. I was able to move around. I move around the hallways a lot because of that. Continued loving on my night nurse because I loved her so much. She was amazing. I wish her the best. I continued to just, kind of recover and all that. And so they're like, I got discharged on the 17th of June. My family had gotten back in the previous night, so I was able to see them on the day that I got discharged. So I kind of had some food before I left, and we went home. And to say the least, I had the tube still in my back because they're like, okay, we just need to leave this in for a couple more weeks, just to make sure that you can do it. And mind you, this was before camp, so I was like, I'm going to be in so much pain during this. And we go, and I'm home. My mom is helping me through all this. I'm grateful for her. So grateful. And just, I think the process of me just being home and just like being like everything again. Like I was home for my birthday, which was amazing because I got to spend my 16th with close friends, and we all got to have fun. I know I passed out a couple times because I was in so much pain. I had to get pain meds and stuff, so it was nice seeing everyone. So, there's like a week or two of recovery, and then they're like, okay, here's the schedule, you need to come back into this time. I had to get poked again. And mind you, I had been poked a lot because I had to like draw blood and stuff, so it was a much for me to just be poked again. I was not having it. So they did a third CT scan, and they're like, okay, here's we can take out this tube now. And the second tube was taken out, and I was able to walk well enough again because I didn't have it, I think, pushing up against my muscles. So we got Panera after that. I got to drink coffee, coffee lover, gotta drink the coffee. And I'm sorry for all this tea lovers. I love tea. It's just I prefer peppermint tea over any other tea. Yeah, I think just the road to recovery after that was just, I'm just, it was nice. I got to go to camp. I was still in pain, but, it was there. So just to kind of wrap things up, I went to a doctor's appointment for a new doctor after looking for a little bit. And she was really nice. I really enjoyed her. And she's just like, yeah, if you're still feeling any pain, because you can still feel pain in your stomach after all that, like even with all the tubes in there, it's just like, as everything was pushing up against you, those abscesses were just, making things harder for you. There was going to be scarring and tissue and all that. But besides that, I recovered. I'm here today. I don't deal with any other pain anymore after that. Still thriving. Hopefully nothing else like this happens again. My advice for people who would think that they're having a stomach bug when this happens, please go to the emergency room. Please get that checked out. And you don't want to be in the same situation that I was, because I know, like, there was so much going on that year too. But yeah, I think that's just about it. That about wraps up the story for today. That is about all I had to say on the matter. So, yeah, I hope you guys were happy with the story. We'll just go ahead and end the outro now. Sorry. So yeah, like I said previously, hope you all enjoyed that story. Thank you all so much for 260 subscribers. A little bit surprised by that. Yeah, I know it's a small number. I'm thankful for it. It really appreciates to me that you guys have stuck with me throughout the years. And I say this a lot. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you all so much for just everything you've put into it. New video next week. It's gonna be the casting call for Raging River. So if y'all are interested in joining that, keep an eye out for it. Be ready. Have something on hand for it, because it's going to be interesting. I should hopefully have my mic back for recording the lines. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. I hope you all have a fantastic day or night, depending on when you're watching this. Stay safe out there. Drink water. Take care of yourself. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.